वनचारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय
शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
गुरु महाराज की जय।
जय
वीरेंद्र श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय
Nirvana Krishnadas Prabhu ji ki jai.
जय।
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
हरे
Thank you all devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English for 1 hour. Hare Krishna. So yesterday, I mean Thursday, we have completed 5.26.11. So today we'll start with verse number 12 of chapter number 26. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktar Bhavati Nashtagi. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनदारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुमीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददान्ति सपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांशा श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सर्वरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी वाचात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम तत्सत् हरे कृष्ण नमो विष्णु Jai Hare Krishna. Welcome once more all devotees for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. Manoharni, Sutra Mataji, most welcome, Roji, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You people are very kind.
Thank
Kindly
you.
bless me to be a regular attendee here. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you. Lucky to have. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll start with the verse number 12 of chapter 26. Verse number 12. Evameva Maharaurevo Yatra Nibaditam Purusham Kravyada Nama Ruravastam Kravyena Kadayandi Ya Kevalam Deham Bharaha Evameva Maharaurevo Yatra Nibadidam Purusham Kravyada Nama Ruravastam Pravyena Khadayandiyaha Kevalam Deham Bharaha. Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhicharana Devinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Punishment in the hell called Maharaurava is compulsory for a person who maintains his own body by hurting others. In this hell, Ruru animals known as Kravyaya torment him and eat his flesh. Translation once more. Punishment in the hell called Maharaurava is compulsory for a person who maintains his own body by hurting others. In this hell, Ruru animals known as Kravyada torment him and eat his flesh. Puppet. The animalistic person who lives simply in the bodily concept of life is not excused. He is put into the hell known as Maharaurava and attacked by Ruru animals known as Kravyadas. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. My humble obeisance to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis.
Thank you.
So we'll just discuss from whatever we have read so far about the description of hellish planets. So we'll just share the screen from Bhagavata Subodhini by His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. So this chapter is the last chapter in 5th canto, and it is little bit disturbing. Also, we have to be very strong to read this one. No, mentally strong, because there will be a lot of
all the hells.
There is a lot of graphical descriptions will be given.
28 types of hells.
Yes. And so with this chapter, and the hope is given on the 6th canto, how by chanting holy names of the Lord, one takes a shelter of the holy name, how he can be, protected from all these kind of sufferings. That is there from 6th canto, because even Parikshit Maharaj, after hearing this, he is also disturbed, actually. He is Mahabhagavata, he is also disturbed, and he is thinking about the welfare of others. Because he is not going to go to hell, that is sure, because he is a Mahabhagavata. But he is thinking about others. Why the Jivatma has to go undergo suffering like this? So he is, on behalf of all the suffering conditioned souls, he is asking a question to Sukadeva Goswami at the beginning of 6th canto, like how, what will be the relief, how a person can avoid all these sufferings. Then Sukadeva Goswami is describing about the pastime of Ajamil pastime, how Ajamil, even though he was sinful, but since he has taken the shelter of holy name, accidentally, later he taken properly also, then how he, Vishnu Duttas came and rescued him. That will be the beginning of 6th hand. So this is the last chapter. So here we can see there are like 40 verses about describing about the description of hellish planets. So basically why a person is going to hell because of ignorant actions. People think that, this is only one life and I can do whatever I want. So there will be no reaction. So ignorance, basically. That's why we always chant in the beginning of Mangalacharan prayers, Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakya. So our ignorance, many people in the modern days think that these things, hell is only just written in order that people will get afraid, so that the humans will lead a normal life. So in order to make the human some fear factor, so the scriptures are mentioning like that. So it is commonly, whatever the major religions we take in the world, whether Christianity or Hinduism or Muslim, Islam, the description of hell is there. Heaven and hell is there. But the difference between our Sanatana Dharma and other religion is like their heaven and hell is permanent. Like after this life, there will be a judgment day, and in the judgment day, God gives that based on this. There are some witnesses who will tell when we, because normally they, after the body, after we die, there will be a judgment day where we are reawakened, and God is sitting like a judge, and there are like two angels who are sitting in the two shoulders, like one is recording the good actions, one is recording the bad actions. And they will be the witness and they will present to the God that what kind of good action this soul has done and bad action. Based on that, God decides, okay, you go to hell means permanent, eternal. There is no, it's a one-way travel, one way. You go and you don't come back. And if the God says you go to heaven means you go to heaven. So that is their understanding. But Sanatana Dharma is not telling. Heaven or hell, it's a temporary place. Once we do a lot of punya, we go to heaven. And again, heaven is also a temporary place. We enjoy according to the quota of our punya. When it is exhausted, we come out. Shine, punya, martyalogam, vishanti. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says like that. So after the quota is completed, then we come back to the earthly planet. Like somebody earning good amount and putting in the account, and then he goes for a foreign trip. He spends all the money. And then once the money is exhausted, he comes back to his original home. So to continue his karma. Like that, heaven is a temporary place. Similarly, hell is also a temporary place. In that way, it is little bit, good that here we don't say that it is an eternal place for punishment. And according to logic also and common sense also, we can see that it cannot be eternal. Because whatever mistake we do, we imagine, even if we write exams in the college, if you fail one time, second time, third time, even the university is giving 3-4 years more to complete the exams, right? And if even as a parent, if the children is making some mistakes, then first time, second time they do mistake, we always try to forgive our children. So if materially we are giving so much, we are merciful, and we are like in this mindset, what about the Supreme Lord, who is considered as all merciful? And how can he put a Jivatma eternally in hell for a lifetime? Somebody did something in this lifetime. How can he put for an eternal hell? There is actually, you can see there is not much logic on this, So many people don't accept that. But Sanatana Dharma very clearly says it is actually not eternal. It is only temporary to rectify our fault mistakes, to rectify, to reform. So that makes a lot of logic and common sense. Like somebody does some criminal activity, the judge is giving according to the intensity of the crime committed. Sometimes he may be awarded 3 months in jail, 6 months, sometimes 1 year, 10 years, like that. And even in the jail, if there is a good conduct, then he is released early, he is released outside to the general public. So that same thing we have to see, the Sanatana Dharma also explains in the same way, that it is a temporary place of reformation. The punishment is given only to reform our rebellious attitude and for the sinful activities we have committed. So that ignorant actions leads to hellish life. That is first 3 verses, which we already maybe read in the past week. And where is the location of these hellish planets? There are 28 hellish planets, which is below the Pitriloka. Pitriloka is the place where the ancestors are there. Okay, and below the Pitriloka, this is all managed by Lord Emeraj. Okay, Pitriloka as well as hellish planets. Also, he is having his own abode in other places also. There are 4 places for residence for him. And description of these 28 hellish planets and their punishment. That's what we are reading now. The description of whatever different hellish planets name is given and what kind of punishment in that planet the Jivatma will undergo. And last section is that 4 verses, understanding the Virat Rupa. Again, Bhagavatam repeatedly says about understanding the Virat Rupa increases one's understanding of the Lord's spiritual form. So that is kind of a solution. How when we try to meditate on the Lord's spiritual form, then we are gradually getting relieved from all these kind of sufferings. So the beginning of this chapter is actually Parikshit Maharaj's inquiry why the living entities are put into different material situations. Because basically we understood there are 14 planetary systems, starting from Brahmaloka or Satyaloka, then Janaloka, Tapaloka, Maharloka, then Swargaloka and Burloka, Boarloka, and then Atala, Vitala, Talatala, Rasatala. Like that, we are having 14 planetary systems. And Shukadeva Goswami is explaining that in this loka, these living entities are there, in this loka, like that. So basically, Parashit Maharaj is asking why these living entities are put into different material situation plan. Then Shukadeva Goswami is answering that according to the 3 modes, this material nature is conducted by the 3 modes, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Based on what mode we are working, Krishna says in Bhagavata, Urdvam Gachanti Sattvasta, Madhye Tishtanti Rajasa, Adho Gachanti Tamasaha. Those who are working under the mode of Sattva-guna, they are promoted to the heavenly planets. And those who are working in the Rajo mode of passion, they are in the middle planetary system. And those who are in the Tamo mode, they are put into the hellish planets. Lower forms of life are in the hellish planets. So according to that. So basically, goodness, Sattva Guna is happiness, conditioned, but still they will be in the material world only. There is no liberation for them. And those who are in the passion, they are mixed with misery and happiness. So majority of the people are in this mode, passion. And ignorance, people who are in the ignorance, they are put into misery. So according to this, according to the avidya or the layer of covering avidya, sometimes the jivatma is engaging in forbidden vikarma. We say vikarma, or we can say adharma. Adharma or vikarma are all same. And is placed into different grades of hellish life, as we are seeing below. Because of this ignorance, everyone has been carried to various desires, kamana, to thousands of different hellish planets. So even Lord Buddha, when he got enlightenment, he said that because of the man's desire only, he is obtaining various sufferings. The desires are the root cause of suffering. Of course, he is referring to the material desires. Same desires, if you are spiritualizing, then it leads to liberation. And according to different kinds of ignorance, then we can see the resultant misery is different. Like even in the prison house, there is different kinds of prison, right? Somebody is in the A grade prison, Prabhupada says, somebody is in the B grade, some severe terrorist or somebody who has caused a lot of harm, they will be put into a 4x4 cell. The person can only sit in that place. He cannot just stand. So that kind of punishment, there will be no sunlight even in that prison. So that is kind of severe punishment according to the nature of this one. And then based on that, Parikshit Maharaj is asking, okay, there are so much suffering in the hellish planet. Where are actually these hellish planets? Because so far only Sukadeva Goswami described about the 14 planetary system. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking, where are these hellish planets? Are they on the earth only, or they are outside the universe, or within the universe? Because this whole universe is like a Brahmanda. Within that Brahmanda, there are 14 planetary system, and the 7th planetary system is our earth. So he's asking whether it is in the earth only, or it is outside the universe, or within the universe shell. So that question is there. Sometimes people say, no need to search for hell outside. Even within the earth, we can see there is hell because people are suffering. Yes. Because of war, because of disease. Sometimes some countries are very poor. People don't have food also. And we see that we don't, we know that hell is real. Hell is not some imaginary concept. Even within the earth also, we can sometimes see hellish situation of life. People are sometimes murdered. People are sometimes, undergoing this Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika, Klesha, misery due to nature. It is sometimes very severe. We are seeing that it is like hell. Like recently, during this Israel-Palestine war, one person who visited Palestine, he told hell is directly I am seeing in front of my eyes because the whole planets, the whole country is destroyed by missiles and everywhere you can see rubbish. Yes. And people are dying. He said, hell is in front of my eyes. Okay, so we should not think this is an imaginary concept because sometimes we see that even in the earth, and the scriptures are saying there is also hellish planets which is 28 planetary systems which is described. In no way we can prove that the hell is not there because we don't have access to those places. But scriptures are very clearly telling, Bhagavad Gita is saying, Bhagavatam is saying about the presence of hell, and all the holy scriptures, other religions also, they accept the existence of hell. So in that basis, we are seeing, Sukadeva Goswami is replying, the hellish planets are located in the intermediate space between the three worlds and the Garbhadaka ocean. So Garbhadaka ocean is where Garbhadaksha Vishnu is lying. From his navel only this lotus flowers is coming, and within the stem of the lotus flower, the 14 planetary system is there, and on the top is the Brahmaloka. I am saying on the southern side. Southern side means bottommost part of the universe. The hellish planets are located. Now the northern side is on the top. And Pitriloka is also located in the same region near this hellish planetary system. So desiring blessings for their family members, the Pitri is headed by Agniswata. You know, Aryama. Aryama also is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying, I am Aryama. Means he is in charge of this Pitriloka. Meditate in great samadhi on the Lord. And Yamaraj is the king of Pitris. And he is the son of sun god. He is residing there. His agents are Yamadutas. So we know Vishnu Dutas, Yamadutas. Yamadutas are the agents of Yamaraj, and Vishnu Dutas are the agents of Lord Vishnu. Prabhupada says that those who don't accept the Lord, presence of God, they will not see God during their lifetime, but at the end of their lifetime, they will see God in the form of death. They will see God in the form of Yamaraj. Bring him all sinful man immediately upon their death. He then judges them and sends them to suitable hells. Okay, in accordance to the Lord's order. So, this hell, as we said in the other religion, they are saying this time ordained by God. But here, God is not taking charge. Only Yamaraj will deal this sinful people on kind of 28 hells, where one should actually be placed. In which hellish planet he should be placed according to the severity of his sinful action in the earthly planet. So, also, it is said that Bhagavatam, some authorities say that there are 21 hellish planets and some say 28. Okay, so here we can see what are the different kinds of sin performed in this life and what kind of hell is there. So, appropriating another's legitimate wife, children, or money is tamishra. So, this is graphical description is given. He's chastised, beaten, starved for food or water, and sometimes he pays. And basically, we understand that that body which is there is not the same physical body. It is subtle body, and a suitable body is given to enjoy in the heaven. Also, suitable body is given in the hellish planet to suffer accordingly. So these are all we already read. This is no description not required because this is all self-explanatory, we can say. That what kind of violence we commit, what kind of hellish planet we will get, and what kind of, punishment will be given. Like here we are today, which is our verse, Prabhu? Today is our verse is 12, right?
12.
12. We will go up to 12. Then next we will can read when coming verses we can understand. Slyly cheating another man and enjoying his wife and children is called Andatamishra, blind. And this also, the description of this hellish planets also is there in Garuda Puran. In Garuda Puran also there. On Tamil movie also came based on this, the hero, he is seeing though so many people are doing wrong actions, they are not living as per dharma, they are cheating people, especially seeing these government officials, how they are cheating the public by taking corruption money. So he is reading Garuda Puran and he wants to punish the same, these people or adharmic people. He will do same kind of punishment he will give, like this, what is described in this, Andha Tamishra. He is like, one punishment is giving, he is putting leeches on the body. Leeches will suck the blood. So like that, there is one movie also. So this is referred, they are referred from Garuda Puran for that movie. So Garuda Puran also giving description about the suffering in the hellish planets. So Andha Tamishra is thrown down, full of pain. He loses his consciousness and sight. Andha. Andha means he is becoming blind. His condition is like a tree cut at the root. And 10 to 11 is committing violence against other living entities to maintain his family by thinking in terms of me and mine. Raurava is Ruru animal called Raurava. The living beings that were endured by him become Rurus. Basically, people who are killing animals, they all take a birth, they become as Rurus, animals more envious and inflict pain upon the same person who killed them. From childhood also, no, sometimes when we kill anything, like sometimes we catch butterflies, sometimes children out of ignorance. So the parents used to say, now if you are killing that, that creature will take next life and it will kill you again. No, it is part of our dharma, our philosophy, that if we inflict pain on one person or any jivatma, that pain will come in multiple times back to us. That's why a person following the Vaishnava culture, he doesn't harm any living creature. Basically, he becomes a vegetarian and he offers a food to the Lord, and he tries to live a ahimsa life, not injuring. Animals are not injuring any human beings also by words, by physically or mentally, like that. And 12, today, what we read is maintaining one's own body by hurting others is actually another kind of this thing, hellish plant called Maharaurava. Okay, so it's also called as Krabhyada. Ruru animal. That is Rurus. This is Ruru animal. That is plural. This is Ruru animal known as Krabhyada. Torment him and eat his flesh. As I said, it is all graphical description. You can go 12, 13, 14. This all you will read tomorrow. 15, 16, 17, 18. Krimi Bhojana is also there. Andakupa. Tearing. Sandamsha. Sword Lake. And Vaitrani River. Yoda. Prana Rodha. Arrows. Vishana. Lala Baksha. And Sharamedyana. And Avichima. Hot melted. So, so much is there. So, need like glances, serpents, dark wells, stitching, all very graphically described. And as I said, it will be very, and then all this there, what kind of sin. So, one way it can help us is actually, even though it's graphically disturbing, we can be careful. Of course, devotees are not going to commit like this kind of sins, but still, even for common man or for devotees also, there's a kind of awareness or warning that we should be very careful, that we should not commit any kind of these kind of activities. So that is one thing important. And Krishna will not allow us to do these activities also. Once you are under the guidance and protection of Krishna, Krishna makes sure that you will not commit or you will not engage or support this kind of activities. So this is basically, we are seeing after that this Virat Rupa will come. With this we are finishing Canto 5 and then we will go to Canto 6. So there is one presentation here. You can see Narakaloka. This is from ISKCON Ipoh. Ipoh, where is Ipoh? Ipoh is one of the center in Malaysia. Okay, they have actually developed this presentation. Narakaloka, about these hellish planets. Basically, what we are going to see, Bhagavad Gita, 16.4. Basically, 16th chapter is going to discuss about the divine and demonic. Devi Sampad, Asuri Sampad. So those who are cultivating this Asuri Sampad, they will be gliding towards these hellish planets. And Krishna says in 16th chapter, verse number 4, Krishna is saying that pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance, these qualities belong to the demonic nature. So, when we should be careful that we should not cultivate, and even if we have this kind of quality, we should try to eliminate it from our heart. Krishna also says, Trividam Narakedam, Dwaram. He says the 3 doors open to the hell. That is lust, anger, and greed. These are the 3 gates which directly open the door to the hellish planets. So that also Krishna says in the 16th chapter. And Krishna says, anybody who is in spiritual line, who is taking spiritual life, he should be careful to avoid this. That is lust, anger, and pride. Here you can see here, pride is also there, and anger is also there, part of demonic quality, but lust is also there. So that Krishna specifically, see, these are like many qualities are given for demonic, but main is, the root is actually lust, anger, greed. From pride only arrogance will come. From greed only something will come. From anger, you will get something else. So we should know that this lust, anger, greed are the 3 gates to hell. So Prabhupada writes in the purport in this verse, the royal road to hell, 16.4. So the road which is going to the hell is described. The demonic want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science, also, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, and although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly and not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. So, what is karma? What is vikarma? What is akarma? They don't know. They sometimes do vikarma and they think it is as karma. They do everything whimsically, not regulated, according to their own desires, kama. And they do not recognize any authority. So they don't want to surrender to any spiritual master or guru. No, they don't recognize any authority. There are people like this. These demonic qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers. And as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Like you can see Hitler also, when he's as a boy, baby boy, or as a baby, these qualities were already there, but it will not manifest at that time. He is also so innocent, smiling, and enjoying with his parents. But as he grown up, these qualities will start manifest. All these inauspicious qualities will become manifest. So very beautifully Prabhupada is writing this royal road to hell. See, here is highlighted arrogant or proud. They are very angry and speak harshly, and they do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They don't recognize any authority. They act whimsically, and these qualities, demonic qualities, are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies. That means from previous life it is continuing in the wombs of the mother, and as they grow only they will start manifesting. Not when they are child, everybody in child, they are innocent only. They all look very saintly or very innocent, we can say. But when they will grow, this will start manifesting. That they say, no, bijam. The seed is already there. The seed will fructify. Similarly, divine qualities also. Sometimes some children may not take up spiritual life very seriously. Many people are there. I have seen like that. In childhood, they are very naughty. They are very playful, and even their parents tell to chant. They don't chant like that. But at a certain stage of life, their life become drastically changed. They become very spiritual. Yesterday, Rasamai Mataji also sharing, like in childhood, even though the parents are devotees, they told to chant. Mataji was just chanting, just without understanding anything. But over a period of time, now Mataji took initiation. It changes sometimes. The manifest will happen at the later stage of life. For some soul, it will manifest early stage. Some soul, it will manifest later stage of life. So same thing applicable for divine qualities as well as demonic qualities. So, but we are always hoping that our children will manifest the divine qualities, and we are giving the training from the childhood. So one stage, they will automatically manifest these divine qualities. And 16.7, Prabhupada says, this sloka gives, Krishna is telling, those who are demonic, who do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done, Krishna says, they do not know, actually, they don't have the guidance because they are ignorant. And they are not only ignorant, they are also arrogant. So arrogance is also another form of, arrogant is also actually called as ignorant. Because they are ignorant, they become arrogant. So neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor the truth is found in them. 16.7. And also they don't believe in the existence of God. Fortunately, India, not majority, they believe in God. But when you go to the Western world, European countries, American countries, China, Japan, Korea, these people, they don't believe in God, mostly, majority. They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. So they believe in this philosophy, atheism. So because of that, they think that only enjoyment is actually the goal of life. And they say there is no God, there is no heaven, there is no hell, there is no punishment, there is nothing, no meaning called dharma, like that. So based on their philosophy, because they believe like that, they think body is everything. The demonic, who are lost to themselves, who have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, they call ugra karma, unbeneficial, horrible work meant to destroy the world. So whatever we are doing ugra karma, we are actually destroying the world, because we are engaged in this ugra karma. We are actually, pollution is increasing, and the scientists throughout the world, they are warning about global warming. When there is global warming, what happens? there is a protection layer called ozone layer. Due to our pollution, Ugra Karma, we are actually damaging this ozone layer. Because of the ozone layer is getting damaged, sunlight will directly enter into the earth. And this UV rays will directly harm the system here. Like it will cause, even like they say in future, it will cause skin cancer, because the UV rays directly is not good for the skin. Now the ozone layer is protecting the UV rays. It is filtering and sending the rays inside. But when the ozone layer is damaged by the pollution, then the temperature will rise. When the temperature will rise, the ice will melt. So the water level will rise. So the coastal areas all will be actually disturbance. It will go inside the water. It will be, what to say, that is actually will be, it will go inside the water, coastal areas, because the water level will increase and the temperature will increase. Now itself, it is found out like every 100 years, 1 degree is increasing in the earth gradually. So next 100 years, another 1 degree increase. So we can imagine Middle East countries and all. Already now it's very hot. And you can imagine if the still temperature will increase, it will become more miserable. Because of this Ugra Karma, pollution is happening. We are releasing so many toxic gases in the atmosphere due to industries. Carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, chlorine, so many gases we are releasing in the atmosphere due to the production factories, and also discharging so much polluted water into the river. All this industrialization actually will convert the same earth into hell in future. Kali Yuga is like that. And 16.10 Krishna says, taking shelter of the insatiable lust and absorbed in conceit of pride and false faith is demonic. Thus, illusion are always fond to unclean work, attracted to the impermanent. Thus, they believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Very important point. Because when we think we are the body, our goal will be to gratify the senses. So body means our goal will be enjoyment. But when we know that we are soul, then enlightenment will be our goal. So when we say enlightenment means we will work for our spiritual progress. We want to realize that we are spirit soul. So we are taking tapasya or austerity to realize that. That will purify our earth also, that will purify us also, and purify the society also, those who are taking spiritual life. So there is a famous saying that, quote, if you are not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. Very important point actually. If you are not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. So materialistic way of life means, even if you believe in God, Prabhupada says, you are part of the problem. But if you take up spiritual life, then we become part of the solution. So if you are taking Krishna consciousness, then we become part of the solution. If you don't take Krishna consciousness, then you have become part of the problem. Part of the problem will increase pollution, suffering, and all those things. So Prabhupada writes in one of the purport in Bhagavad Gita, even if you accept the existence of God, still there is no use. And more, second line is writing, even if you accept the existence that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still there is no use. Even you believe Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still there is no use. But when there is use actually, when you will take your Swarupa, what is our Swarupa? Jivera Swarupaya Krishnera Nityarasi. When you take up the service mentality, then only we are actually become part of the solution. Then only our soul will be connected to the Lord and we will develop in spiritual life. Very, very important point. People think that, just if I will accept God, I believe in God, there is no use if you tell I believe in God. Okay. Here you can see that. I will read that. It is from 16th chapter, verse number 23. Prabhupada is writing the purport. In the human form of life, a living entity is expected to be sane. 16.23. Later you can refer also. In the human form of life, this Prabhupada is writing like this. A living entity is expected to be sane and to follow the regulations given for elevating his life to the highest platform. But if he does not follow them, then he degrades himself. That is first point. Second point. But even if he follows the rules and regulations and moral principles, see, somebody is following rules and regulations, moral codes, and ultimately does not come to the stage of understanding the Supreme Lord, then all the knowledge becomes spoiled. That is second point. And even if he accepts the existence of God, and if he does not engage himself in the service of the Lord, his attempts are again spoiled. See, very important point. Even if he accepts the existence of God, If he does not engages himself in the service of the Lord, his attempts are spoiled. So, accepting God is not a solution. You should engage himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, one should gradually raise himself to the platform of Krishna consciousness and devotional service. It is then and there he can attain the highest perfection of devotional perfection stage, not otherwise. This is 16.23. So, Seva is a solution. Okay, accepting God, I am religious, I am just, believer of God, there is no much use in that. If you do some service to the Lord, if you do some service to the devotees, then we become part of the solution. Otherwise, we are in the part of the problem that we are contributing to the Ugra Karma and destruction of this planet. Very important point we should understand. And here also we say that how the person is actually engaged in this sense gratification. Krishna says in 2.62, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsam Sangaste Supajayate Sangat Sanjayate. How these demonic qualities are coming. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops. And from lust, actually, anger comes. These are the three main anarthas leading to hell. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Lust, anger, and greed. And 2.63, from anger, complete delusion arises moha. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. And when memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down to the material pool. So this is the 8 steps towards fall down. Contemplating on the object of the senses, dhyayato vishayan pumsam, sangaste supajayate, sangat sanjayate kama. Attachment comes, and from attachment, lust is coming. If lust is unfulfilled, anger arises. Then complete delusion, bewilderment of memory, intelligence is lost, falls down again to the material pool. This is 8 steps towards fall down. And now again we are coming to the 16th chapter, 16th verse. Thus perplexed by various anxieties, bound by network of illusion, they become too strongly attached to the sense enjoyment and fall down into hell. Here the word is there. Fall down into, Krishna says, we are falling down into hell. How? By just only engaging in this sense enjoyment, strongly attached to sense enjoyment. And 16.21, there are the 3 gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. So Krishna is recommending every sane man should give up these, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. So every time we should be reminding ourselves of this warning. There's 3 gates of the hell: lust, anger, and greed. Very, very important point, 16.21. And again, we come to this 26 verses, 26 chapter, verse number 1. How Parishit Maharaj inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, why are the living entities put into different, and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Prabhupada explains in the purport that explain that the different hellish planets within the universe are held slightly above the Garbhodaka ocean and remain situated there. This chapter describes how all sinful persons go to these hellish planets and how they are punished there by the assistance of Yamaraj. Different individuals with different bodily features enjoy or suffer various reactions according to their past karma. Very important point. So, Bhagavatam is actually guiding us that we should be aware of these kind of qualities. We should also do tapasya to eliminate if there is some qualities like that from our heart. And we should always engage in the devotional service. So, we should not slide down or glide down to the lower species of life, or we should be promoted, not actually depromoted to the lower forms or to the hellish planet. So this already we discussed this. The Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Based on Sattva-guna, somebody is promoted, and Rajoguna is retained in the same planet, and Tamoguna is actually depromoted to the lower forms of life or to the hellish planets. Okay, so this material world, we are always influenced by either of these guna. As long as a person is in the association with the devotees, he is always in Sattva-guna, and he can gradually, by performing Krishna conscious devotional service, he can be promoted to the Shuddha Sattva. That is a advantage of being in the devotees association. We are always protected from gliding down toward the Rajoguna or Tamoguna. And one who acts in the mode of goodness is religious and happy. Sattva-guna people, especially the Brahmanas, they are actually very regulated and they follow all these rituals. They are always in the mode of goodness and happy. One who acts in the passion, actually like mixed misery and happiness. And one who acts under the influence of ignorance is always unhappy and lives like an animal. Because of the varying degree to which the living entities are influenced by the different modes of nature, the destination also differs. So this is very science. This is speaking about the science of our mind. how our mind, is influenced by these gunas, and how due to the influence of gunas, our mind is actually getting affected. Either it is elevated or degraded. Krishna also says in the 6th chapter that we should try to elevate through our mind, not degrade through our mind. Controlled mind is our friend for the soul, and uncontrolled mind is the enemy of the soul. Uncontrolled mind is the enemy of the soul means when a mind is uncontrolled, it will drag the soul to the hell. That means the mind becomes enemy for the soul. So that's why it is said that we should always control the mind. Like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj said that as soon as you get up, you should beat your mind with chapel, and evening, night, you should beat with the broomstick. So that means we should always give the spiritual instruction to the mind, and we should try to regulate the mind and control it. So this is again 26.3. Just as executing various pious activities, one achieves different positions in heavenly life. By acting impiously, one achieves the different position in hellish. So either you can be promoted to the heavenly planets or you can be impiously. So pious activities take us to the heavenly planet, and impious activities taken to the hellish planet. Okay. So those who are activated by material mode of ignorance engage in impious activities, and according to the extent of their ignorance, they are placed in the different grades of hellish life. If one acts in the mode of ignorance because of madness, his resulting misery is least severe. So even this ignorance covering is actually sometimes light, sometimes medium, sometimes severe. So that is also there. So like these things are going on, 26.3 and Parishit Maharaj asking where is the exact location of the universe, and it is said that the Garbhodaka ocean, below it is in the southern side, and below the Pitriloka and above the Garbhodaka ocean. And there are different kinds of planets, hellish planets. 28 planet systems are given here, and beneath Pataloka, and these planets are generally called, general term is called as Narakaloka or hellish planets. In the Narakaloka, there are different 28 names are given. And the bottom of the universe like the Garbhodaka. Therefore, the hellish planets lie between Patala Loka and Garbhodaka ocean. And Yamaraj position is given. Yamaraj residence is given. And how he gives the judgment is also given. And all these 28 planetary systems names are given. And according to that, how a person actually, what kind of sin he is doing, what kind of suffering he will undergo. So today we see this one. And arrogance and all these things. Prabhupada's lecture is there. Okay, so punishment is all there. From here, you will see what are the different punishments given. Prabhupada's reference is given here. If you want, I will share this one. So if later you can go through this one as a slide. So Prabhupada, that's Bhagavatam verse is there, and Prabhupada's lecture extraction is also there. Okay, so that you can get more idea on this. Okay, so this one I will share today.
Okay, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. So if you have any questions or comments or doubt, you can discuss now. 5 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Krishna Mataji. Pranam
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
We were discussing, right, that initially sometimes it will not manifest, be it a
Yes.
demonic
Yeah.
guna or it's a divine
Divine
guna.
or demonic, either of qualities.
Yes,
If we go
either of the qualities. Yeah. So, but then when a child, for example, whoever is born in a particular family, the family may be very good. I've seen instances, the family, the situation in which the child is born is excellent. But over a period of time, we find that the child is becoming disinterested. Be alone, let alone Krishna consciousness. They may not be even having the moral, basic moral behavior.
Yes, agreed.
So,
Yes.
how is this degenerating like this? Because definitely, and Krishna also says, na, if a person has practiced Krishna consciousness for a shorter time, longer time, accordingly, 6th chapter, he says, accordingly, either they will be born in a shorter time means aristocratic family, longer time means in a Brahminical family.
Yes.
Okay, it may not be that the family is always very highly pious. Like for example, we find like GR family or some some temples, Karnakarta family, something like that. May not be always, but still the family is very pious. They are known for their sincerity, honesty, integrity. But it is absent as a child grows. So
Yes.
this is a little, very discouraging. How to understand this? How to?
Mataji, actually, see, every
Mhm.
soul is bringing their own bag of karma. That we agree, no, Mataji, correct, no?
Yes, yes.
So when they bring their karma, even though they are practicing because of the guidance, of course, that will
Uh-huh.
help to clear up their some of their karma. But the intensity of karma is more. We undergo certain dasas, no, Mataji, certain dasas like Rahu dasa, Ketu dasa, Shani dasa, like that. Every person
Yes,
in their life they
yes.
will undergo these dasas. So
Uh,
especially it is said that when they undergo the Saturn dasa is where they get most of their reactions back. And
oh,
somebody
okay.
undergoes during the Venus dasa, they will get all the results of their pious activities. They get very good job or family. Lot of happiness they experience during the period of Venus. But it is not
Venus
accidental.
is in Tamil Nadu, Proji. Venus is
Shukra dasa.
Shukradasha. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So that
Okay.
is manifested, and Rahu and Ketu and all, it is said that it will disturb internally. See, certain dasa manifest externally. Like whatever happened external to you, sometimes loss of job or sometimes getting health issues or something, that all is coming back as our karmic debit during that period. And Venus is again pious credits again. But Rahu Dasa and Ketu Dasa also, like Rahu and all, they say it will work internally. That our mind, it will take some wrong thoughts, or sometimes, you try to do some wrong things. All those things come because, our past, whatever our inclinations are there, it is internal disturbance. Saturn is external disturbance, Rahu Ketu is internal disturbance. So like that, everything, there is a reason. Maybe we may not be able to understand within our limited mind and intelligence why these things are happening, but everything is connected to one's past life. But of course, if the person has taken the shelter of Krishna, Krishna will, as long as the person is not disconnected and is connected, even though there may be some turmoil in his life, he may be little bit going here and there. As Prabhupada said, like the mango, as long as it is within the tree, today it is not ripened. But if it is connected to the tree, it will ripe one day and it will become sweet. So as long as the Jivatma is connected with the Lord will
Mm.
make sure that he will be protected and he will be guided properly. But he will leave the shelter. Then maybe
Mm.
their past karmic may work more aggressive, more aggressive.
Yes, 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 yeah. That is the
So it
worry,
is,
Proji, because it doesn't matter whether person is there in the family of Krishna consciousness or in the satsang, but how much he has accepted it internally matters a lot.
yes, very,
So
very, very
that was my question, right? Because
correct.
it is
Yes,
still not having an influence means how much
yes.
the thing is
That's
he
what
or she uh,
yeah. I
yes,
read
Prabhu.
one purport, right, Mataji?
Uh,
Very clearly, Prabhupada writes. So if you want, I will share the screen also. So you see here,
mm,
Prabhupada writes here. 1 minute, I will share this. 16th chapter, no?
26 sir.
Yes, yes, yes. I am just seeing where is it? Where is the file? Here you can see the screen. See here, Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, and what is that verse, Mataji? That's the last verse, no?
26
Who discussed 23, right? See here,
26 you said, Prabhu.
yeah, 23.
23,
See,
yeah,
the
okay.
human form of life, a living entity is expected to see and follow. And all, if you read here, he degrades himself. But even if he follows rules and regulations and moral principles, that means he is a morally good person and ultimately does not come to the stage of understanding the Supreme Lord, then all his knowledge becomes spoiled. And
Mm,
even if he accepts God, existence of God,
yeah,
if he does not
yeah,
engage himself in the service of the Lord, his attempts are spoiled. That
but
means, as
yes.
you said, if somebody will not take those things to his heart, even if he will tell, I
Mm,
understand Krishna, I accept the Supreme, but he will not serve, not much benefit he will get.
Most unfortunate situation, as Prabhupada says.
Yes,
Those who
yes,
come and then they are not able to take it forward, most unfortunate. Even
yes,
more unfortunate than a person who didn't even come into the foray of Krishna consciousness.
yes. Because our
Mm,
nature is Jivera Surupa, our original nature is service. Till we come
mm,
to that position, maybe we will do Punya and go to heavenly planet.
Yeah. At
Maybe,
the
but
most.
you will not go to Krishna.
Yes, yes.
So that is the important point, as you said. No, one has to take it to his heart. That means he has to be
Yeah.
connected with the Lord in some kind of service. Then Krishna makes sure that this person will not deviate, or he will not, That's why we say that when Prabhupada preached in the Western world, their parents were not so like very religious or very pious, but
Yes, sir.
because they accepted they accepted from their heart to serve the Lord, then their
Mm.
life becomes transformed. Of course,
Yeah.
different people, different cases. Some maybe from their previous life, as Prabhupada said, they were sent by his Guru Maharaj. That is one case.
Hi. Yeah.
Sometimes Prabhupada said that I have given you that piety.
Qualification.
Yes,
Qualities.
eligibility.
Yes.
I have made you eligible. So case to
Mm.
case different. But the whatever Prabhupada has given, but it depends on the person also to receive that. Like we say that if you clap with two hands only, sound will come.
Sound will come. Yeah, correct.
So it is not only with a spiritual master. Who is taking from the disciple side, he has to pay his 50% role.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then only there is change.
Yeah.
It is, like we
Pari
say,
Bhagavan, Karul Pari. Yeah, they say that.
Dharmavad and Devavad, we say, no, our activity, we plow the field, and the Devavad is, he will pour the rains.
Yes.
So without
God
putting the
helps
seed,
those who help themselves.
without putting the seed, we cannot tell only Krishna why he did not. So it is both sides.
Yeah.
Very nice point, Mataji. So it all depends on how much we take it to our heart and how much we take up the position of a servant and serve. In some way, we engage in some kind of service, then Krishna will actually bless us with more progress.
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you, Mataji. Nice question.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hare
We
Krishna.
all should take inspiration from each other. I am also not qualified. But I can, at least we are able to understand it theoretically, and we should try to, aspire for all these things to develop gradually. Take these warnings, take this guidance, take inspiration, and try to engage in some kind of service for the Lord, for the devotees. Like that, we can improve in our life gradually towards Krishna.
Yes, Praveen.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful.
Hare Krishna. So here we are in 14th chapter also in Bhagavad Gita says that we have to come into this in three gunas, Satya, Rajo, Tamoguna. So
Yes.
the Tamoguna who are in Tamoguna, they are going to the hell, right?
Yes.
So we have to understand, we have to we have to bring back those who are in Tamoguna.
Prabhu, one point there, not only in Tamoguna, sometimes people in Rajoguna also, they can commit some violent crime. Okay, so they also need to suffer, right? Tamoguna means confirmed. Rajoguna means it depends on the type of the vikarma they perform. Because Rajoguna people also momentarily, for their benefit, they may commit some crime. Crime, or they may commit some sinful activities. So it depends, not only Tamoguna. See, predominantly, if they are like somebody is Rajoguna, very pious, he just work hard for his own life, for his own kind of this thing. He may be coming to the middle planetary system. But sometimes in Rajoguna also people do a lot of, they destroy other person's life for their progress. People we see like that.
Yeah.
So it depends. That all depends on Yamaraj, Krishna's code of conduct, everything. We do not know. Yes, it is their domain.
Yeah. Okay.
But we can understand that these things we should not do. Especially we should completely eliminate, like they say, zero policy, zero tolerance. Like that, the lust, anger, greed, totally zero tolerance. Devotee should 100% eliminate this one in the course of their sadhana.
Only the chance for Sattva-guna, who is right, Prabhu.
Yes. But like basically whatever Krishna has given to us, we should be satisfied with that. That will actually destroy lust. And we should be like, Trinada Pisuni Chena means we should we should be like tolerant. So that anger part will be removed. And greed also, we should know that, our mind will not be satisfied whatever we get. The more we get, the more the mind will wants. So in that way, we can be satisfied with whatever we have with getting by our, our previous karma. We should be like, so we should not be greedy for more and more. Whatever we have, we should be content. This is contentment. So opposite to greed is contentment. That's a divine quality. So opposite to anger is patience or tolerance. So that is also a divine quality. Krishna says in the 16th chapter, no, Devi Sampat. And opposite to lust is actually love.
Love.
Okay, so love and tolerance and contentment. These are the divine qualities. We should try to, like when we are sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness, this will automatically come. No need to cultivate. Like these things automatically manifest in our heart. Love, contentment, and tolerance, patience, enthusiasm, and courageousness, self-control, and seeing the miseries of material life. All these things, Krishna says that these are all will manifest automatically.
No, contentment means satisfaction.
Contentment means satisfaction. Opposite to greed. Greed means I am not satisfied. So whatever I am getting, the salary I am getting, I want more. I have built one house, I want more. Keeping on hankering too much.
Okay.
Yeah, excessive, like, excessive. There is something called aspiration that I want to have a good life. That is not wrong. To have a reasonable good life, no? But this greediness means it is beyond, too much you are hankering for those things.
Yeah.
But a devotee will not hanker for even good life also. A pure devotee, he does not bother. But I'm saying normal, people who are in Sattva-guna, they normally hanker for a good, reasonable life. Decent life. They say decent life. But pure devotees, they don't bother for, like Prabhupada or Jisa, Prabhupada, they did not bother for anything. So they just want to serve Lord in whatever situation they are. So that is highest mode, Shuddha Sattva.
Hare Krishna.
Hare. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing your understanding. Any other questions or comments or any discussion?
Prabhuji, in this connection, I was reminded of one sloka from 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, where this sloka is told, by showing mercy to all living entities, being satisfied somehow or other and controlling the senses from sense enjoyment, one can very quickly satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana. So as you
Which is that verse, Mataji?
4:31:19. I'll share it, Prabhuji. I'll share that screenshot in the group.
Okay. You can share in the group.
Yeah.
So we have to get trained up by reading Bhagavatam and all those things. It will help us to overcome all these anarthas very easily. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you, Mataji, for
very much.
Giving your valuable time.
Hare
Krishna.
Lucky, Prabhuji, to have you at least once in a week, so that.
Prabhu, I am also learning, Prabhu, learning from all of you. And also trying to
all the verses, and from the beginning of the chapter also, Prabhuji, everything is explained, and we are just now. We will just read and we can pass the the chapter. So it's a fun, very good. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
We'll chant
Today
three
we will have Chaitanya Charitamrita class also.
Yeah,
So,
we'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for Prabhuji, as well as all the devotees who are present today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Pancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Rantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Das Prabhuji ki jai.
Please
to assemble devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So, Shikmar, yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji, it may take this opportunity to tell something. If